Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impression. I'm going to be testing out the new Kiko Tucson Sunshine Luminous Foundation. So if you would like to see my thoughts in a 10-hour wear test, please keep watching. So as always, I'm going to go ahead and prep my skin and then I will read you guys some information about this foundation. So I'm first going to go in with, let me see, let's do this one. I've been really, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this NYX Honey Do Me Up primer. I really like this. It's really good for dry skin. The only thing I don't really like is like the spatula, but it's really hydrating and it smells nice and it leaves like the right amount of like tackiness to your skin to where the foundation really sticks to it. I always use like a regular kind of primer like that and then a spray primer as well. So for today I'm going to go in on top of that with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose Primer Spray or Primer Water. Okay, and while that really sinks into my skin, let's look at this. So it comes in a cardboard box. I have the shade 05. See if there's any information on here. I got this from Ulta too, by the way, but they do have a store in Vegas and I think there is one here in California. I just don't know where it is, but this is the packaging. It's just a squeeze tube. So like I said, I have the shade 05 Almond. I like this packaging. It says on the back, Luminous Fluid Foundation, shake well before use, and that's about it. I have it pulled up on Ulta.com, so I'm going to read you guys some information. So this retails for $22, and then this comes in 8 different shades. It says it's a moisturizing foundation with medium coverage, ideal for giving the face an even and radiant complexion in one simple step. Skin is flawless, the complexion is even and smooth, the perfect base for any spring look. So then it says some of the benefits are the liquid texture is moisturizing and comfortable on the face. It gives the skin a sophisticated luminous finish and is easily buildable. Handy tube format makes application easy. How to use, it says use a brush. That's pretty much it. It looks like it has a lot of like 4 and 5-star reviews. I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up. Oh wow, do you guys hear how liquidy that sounds? I'm not sure if this is gonna be too dark or too light. Ooh, look at that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna put some on my hand. Ooh, it is extremely runny. I think that's a pretty good shade match. I guess we'll find out. So I'm going to do this side with my damp Wet n Wild sponge. I was really worried about the shade because I feel like it was kind of hard for me to pick out one I thought was going to match, but it looks like this is pretty good. It's a little bit more of a yellow undertone, but I think it looks like it's going to match the rest of my body. So it's really, really runny. You can see I have a pimple right there, which is weird. Normally I only break out here and then I ended up with one right there, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so this is one layer. So normally I'm okay with getting like light coverage and then I'll just go in with a full coverage concealer, but in this case I do have a lot of breakouts, so I'm going to try to build this foundation up as much as possible, and I'm going to take the same amount on my hand again and then go in with a brush. I'm going to use this Morphe Y7 brush. It's like broken, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to use this to apply. Okay, so for the days that I want to use this where I don't really have any breakouts, I'd be okay with using the sponge because it just kind of evened out the skin tone, but for now I need the coverage, so I think the brush is the best way to apply it because I already got, look how much coverage I got with just the brush with the same amount of product as opposed to the side that I used my sponge. This looks really nice. It doesn't really look all that luminous to me. It just looks like a natural finish. It kind of reminds me of the Dior Air Flash, if you've tried that. Like, it's making my skin look really airbrushed. which I like, and I have yet to find that in another foundation other than the Dior Air Flash, which is like $60. You could get 3 of these for the price of that one. So that looks really, really nice. So this is 1 layer with the brush and 1 layer with the sponge. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and build it up with the brush. Or go ahead and skip the sponge for today. I'm gonna try putting a little bit on my face. I'm like so relieved. See how runny that is? I'm so relieved that this color match, this color foundation is working for me, because I didn't know. I had a feeling that it was gonna be like either too dark or too light, and I think it's like perfect, so that makes me happy. This feels really good on the skin. It's like really lightweight. I really like this, and you guys know it's like the second the foundation touches my face, I know if I'm gonna like it or not, and I really, really like this. Looks really good. Like I said, it's not really luminous. It's definitely a natural finish, but it looks nice. And it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything on my skin either. I'm gonna look up close real quick. Oh, it looks so good up close. So this is what my skin looks like up close. It looks really nice. I feel like I could build it up some more if I wanted like even more coverage, but I'm okay with how this looks. Like I said, I'm just gonna go in with a full coverage concealer and that'll be okay. But this does feel super lightweight, so I feel like if you did want like really full coverage, you could layer it a couple of times, because I did 2 layers and it doesn't even feel like there's anything on my face. Let's bust this guy out. Let's use this Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. This is in the shade Fairly Light Neutral. A little bit of this goes a long way. I always get way too much out, but that's okay. So like I told you guys, I need a full coverage concealer. So I'll just apply this under here and here, because I have some breakouts. And then I'm just gonna press that in with my Morphe E45. Then I'm gonna go in with my sponge and do the rest of my face. I think this concealer and foundation look really nice together. Now I'm going to cream contour a little bit. So I'm just gonna take my L'Oreal True Match, what is this, crayon concealer, and this is in the shade Medium Deep. I'm just gonna do my nose today. Just because I have some breakouts down there, I'm not gonna even bother. So this is what my skin looks like with the foundation and concealer. Looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys for a quick second, fill in my brows, and I'll be right back. So I'm done with my brows, but now this foundation has had a little bit of time to kind of like settle on my face. I do feel like it is clinging to some of my dry patches. So definitely keep that in mind if you're wanting to try out this foundation. It's not bothering me like that much because my dry patches aren't as bad right now. Sometimes my skin is like really dry, so I think that this foundation, I'm just basing it off of how it looks right now before I set it with powder. I think that if you have dry skin, to definitely use like a thicker moisturizer possibly, or maybe like use a thicker one at night, wash it off in the morning, and then put your normal like daytime moisturizer on, and then definitely use a hydrating primer for sure. The 2 primers I did use, I feel like are hydrating to me, but I do have more hydrating primers, like the Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating one. I always talk about this. This is the most hydrating primer I've ever used. So I think next time I use this foundation, I'm gonna use that primer instead. And then I'm definitely gonna do like a little more like skin prepping the night before if I'm gonna wear this foundation, because it has like so much potential. And 2, I wanted to point out that it didn't really cover up this breakout right here, so I went in with a little bit more off camera and tried to cover it up, and it didn't really do that. So Let's go ahead and set my face with some powder and then we'll go from there. I'm going to set my under eyes first. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And then I always like to go back in with my concealer brush and make sure I don't have any creases. And that Tarte creaseless concealer always creases on me. So, yeah, there's that. Oh my god, way too much powder that time. Jeez. Put some on this side, I guess. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 25 Medium. Start with this side first. I'm hoping this powder will kind of darken up the foundation a little bit because I feel like that concealer kind of made me look really pale. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like whenever a foundation says that they're luminous, it never is. Like, I feel like it's always a natural finish on my skin. Like the Armani Luminous Silk, it's like a natural, almost matte finish on my skin. This one's supposed to be luminous too, and it's natural finish. I don't know, it's a little weird. I think the only foundation that I can think of off the top of my head that's like legit like dewy and luminous is the L'Oreal Pro Glow, and then I think is it L'Oreal Lumi foundation? I can never remember. I think those two are the only ones that I've tried that I can think of off the top of my head that actually make my skin look luminous. So this is what my skin looks like with the foundation, concealer, and powder. I think it looks really nice. It still feels really lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Let's go ahead and do the call time. It is 1:30. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's 1:30, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to let you guys know how everything went on. So for blush, I did a mixture of the NARS Orgasm Blush. I feel like this doesn't really show up on my skin when I have like some kind of a tan. I think it looks the best on me when I'm like my lightest skin tone, like in the winter time. And then I went on top of it with a little bit of this Too Faced Sweetheart blush in the shade Sparkling Bellini. It's really pretty. For eyes, I used my Desi Perkins and Katie Friendcation palette with Dose of Colors, and I just took the matte shades. So this shade, not that one, this shade, and this shade, and that's what's on my lids and my lower lash line. For mascara, I mixed my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Waterproof Mascara with my Essence Lash Princess Mascara. Then I just put a little bit of my MAC Costa Riche in my waterline, and I kind of pulled it down onto my lower lash line as well. For lips, I used my Estee Lauder lip liner in the shade Rose and a little bit of MAC Strip Down. For bronzer, I used this Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer, and then I just swirl it together and apply it. And then for highlighter, I used my Ofra highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. It's like intense. And then I haven't set my face yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with you guys. I want a little like extra glow, so I'm going to go in with the Pixi Glow Mist. I'm going to try to like not get it on my eyes, but we'll see. Oh, and then I have to tell you guys what's on my lips. So I went in first with this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Milkshake. And then I went on top of it with this Milani Lip Plumper, Keep It Full Lip Plumper Gloss in the shade 06 Bear Pink. So that's everything on my face. I think everything looks really nice. I'm really happy with this foundation, minus the stupid breakout right here on my cheek. But I think everything went on my face really nice. I have zero complaints. So far, so good. I really like this foundation. I think it still looks like skin, but better. And even with me applying all that other makeup on top of it, it still doesn't feel like there's anything on my face. So I love that. So I'm gonna go throughout my day and then I'll be back for my first check-in in about 4 hours and I'll let you guys know how it's holding up. Hey guys, so I'm back for my first check-in. It's been 4 hours. My phone's dead, so it's on the charger, so you just have to trust me on the check-in time. So it is, I think when I looked at the clock, it was like 5:45. I haven't looked at it at all up close. I was just filming or trying to film some TikToks. You guys, like TikTok is a lot harder than you would think, like, oh my goodness. But anyways, I'll put my TikTok on the screen if you guys want to follow me if you have it. But okay, let's get back to this foundation. My forehead still looks really nice. Whenever I try out a foundation, I always look at my forehead first because I have these two lines that go across, and sometimes foundation will like emphasize them a lot and other times it looks like I don't have any like wrinkles. I don't know if they're wrinkles or lines. I think I've had them my entire life, so I don't know. But yeah, you can't see it at all, which I like. I went ahead and took off my lip stuff because we're gonna run some errands and I have to put on a mask anyway, so I don't want my mask to stick to my gloss. But I did eat. It looks like it went a little bit into these laugh lines that I have right here, which is okay. It doesn't really bother me, plus my mask is gonna be on, so it doesn't really matter. But just flicking away some mascara. Oh my gosh, Marsh is at my door. But yeah, it still looks really nice. Like I told you guys before, it does kind of cling to dry patches a little bit. Like it doesn't look horrible, but it definitely clings a smidge. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how my forehead looks. My cheeks look good, minus this. Everything still looks really good, so I'm super happy with it. This is definitely a foundation I'm gonna... If you're new here, I have a cat named Marshmallow who is deaf and yodels, if you hear it. But so far, this is definitely a foundation that I'm going to keep on my desk and continue to wear because I just really like how it looks. Like I said, it's giving me like that airbrushed look. It's not luminous by any means, but I do really like how my skin looks. So next time I see you guys, it'll be for my 8-hour check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back with my 8-hour check-in. It is almost 10 o'clock, so this foundation's been on for a little over 8 hours. I did just have a mask on for the last like 2 or 3 hours, so let's see how this foundation held up with that. Also, my breakouts down here, I thought were from like a detox mask, which maybe they were, but I'm also starting to wonder if they're from a mask. I don't know. Are you guys breaking out from wearing your mask like around here? I think that's how I even got that pimple over there because I never break out on my cheeks and like my mask goes all the way up here. So I don't know. I was actually thinking about that, but I wanted to see if my mask wore off any of the foundation because I know when I take off my mask, I can see makeup on it, but it doesn't look like it did. Like, I thought for sure it would wipe off like right around here, like where the strings are, but it didn't. And then the other place I thought for sure would be my nose, and it didn't do that either. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. And then my forehead still looks pretty good. I am going to go ahead and just like powder a little bit because I just want to see like what it looks like after I powder it. So I'm just going to use this Kylie Cosmetics You're Perfect, what is this? Pressed Perfecting Powder. I'm going to be using this and just dab over the areas I'm getting a little shiny. A little bit on my nose. I always get shiny like right here on the sides. Okay, so the powder does not look very good on top of this, but it looks okay on top of my forehead and my nose and everywhere else, but it started to cake up a little bit on my chin. So this is what my skin looks like after a little over 8 hours of wear. I guess 8.5 hours because I only have an hour and a half left of this wear test, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Hey guys, so I'm here for my final check-in. It is 11:30. Right here still looks like not good. That could be the concealer, I don't know, or it could be the fact that I have some breakouts down there as well, but everything else looks really nice. Like I love how my cheek makeup looks, minus this. Forehead looks really good, neck looks really good, everything looks good, you guys. Like I really like this foundation. Again, this is the Kiko Tucson Sunshine Luminous Foundation. I have the shade Almond. So if you think you're around my skin tone, definitely check out this shade. Again, I got this from Ulta. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna see if Kiko has, I know I can order makeup from the Kiko website, but I would prefer to do it from Ulta because I have an Ulta credit card. But I'm gonna check out some more of their makeup. I know I've tried a couple of their lip products in the past, and I think I've tried a bronzer, but I love this. Like, I really, really like this foundation. Like I said, it's gonna stay on my desk and I'm gonna use it a few more times until I find something else that I like more. It's what I always do. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this foundation first impression on the Kiko Tucson Sunshine foundation. That is a tongue twister. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this foundation first impression and wear test. Also, let me know if you guys have tried out this foundation as well, and if you've tried anything from Kiko, let me know your favorite stuff in your favorite products in the comments below, so that way I can go check them out as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.